My people, this one is good news. Oh, good news indeed. Allegedly, they said Queen Naomi storms the palace to see Kabieyesi. They said not be smart, though. Queen Naomi still love Kabieyesi, oh, and Kabieyesi too still love Queen Naomi. But the problem is that all these oloris in the palace, I think they are the main problem right now. But I know that God is a miraculous God. The day He will do it, it is going to be like a miracle. Anyways, before we proceed, you're welcome back to my channel. I greet you according to your time and the time you are seeing this video. We are still on the gist from the Palace of Ooni of Ife, and I'm still your girl, Tochi Williamson. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, share my video, and tell me what you think about the video. So right now they said Queen Naomi stormed the palace. Reason is because they said after this proposal by the young pastor, a lot of things have been going on, and they said the thing affected Kabieyesi the way they never expected. And the reason why Queen Naomi visited the palace was because they said Dr. Elizabeth called Queen Naomi late at night, telling her that look, oh, you need to come and see your husband, oh, his health is not stable, especially his BP. They said he has been having rising and fall of the BP, just like dollar is rising and falling. So right now they said that night that Dr. Elizabeth called Queen Naomi. And from what we heard, they said Dr. Elizabeth was not in the palace. So it was for the same reason that she came back, that the palace have its own doctor, but the person that is taking good care of the king happens to be Dr. Elizabeth, because she's a medical doctor. And ever since the king married her, she have taken over anything that has to do with the king's health. And knowing that this thing is as a result of emotional stuff, that was why she decided to involve Queen Naomi. They said when she called Queen Naomi that night and gave Kabieyesi phone for Queen Naomi and the king to speak, they said Queen Naomi was crying. The Kabieyesi was emotionally down, as in it was a romantic moment, but they said Queen Naomi now promised the king that she will come and see him tomorrow. They said early that morning, Ooni of Ife sent his driver and some other entourage from the palace to go and fetch Queen Naomi. That was how they went to Akure, and they said before you know it, Queen Naomi was in the palace very early to see the king. And they said the king really appreciated. He was happy. Dr. Elizabeth too was happy, because at some point a lot of people think that things are going to spoil again, because there was a time we heard that no calls, no responding to messages. I know the Queen Naomi don't respond to the king's calls those periods and everything. So, and at some point when they said the elders involved Queen Naomi's mom, summoned her for questioning and all of that, a lot of people were thinking that let these people not put Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi in a state that it will be very bad again. So, but when Queen Naomi visited, they said they were happy. And they said early that morning, they said they made Kabieyesi's breakfast with Queen Naomi. They were all there, eating, laughing, smiling, and chatting. And they said the king, Queen Naomi assured Ooni of Ife that she still loves him, and as long as he is ready to make the sacrifices as he promised her. Because they said Ooni of Ife promised her that unless he is no longer the king, that as long as he is the king, that he will make sure that the women leave the palace for her. That is the promise we heard, allegedly. Oh. And they said Queen Naomi reminded him that as long as you keep to that promise, that she is going to return back to you. That she is going to return back to you. You know, that you shouldn't be afraid of anything. That you should not be afraid of anything. That all that she is doing is just playing safe, because Tade is not safe with the women right there in the palace. So that is why it looks as if she doesn't want to, and she doesn't have strength to compete with these women right there in the palace. And they said they were all happy. But a lot of people are asking this question. See, like I will always say, Queen Naomi is not the, how do I put it? It is not in her position to determine if she will be together with the king. It is in the king's position because she have made it clear that she will come back if the king will let go of the women. Then it is left for the king to do it. But the question is this, is will he be able to send these women out of the palace? That is the question. Knowing that his throne is at stake, because whether you believe it or not, there are a lot of people fighting that throne, using the women thing, or will be using the women as a tool to fight the king. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I'm just trying to tell you. But the thing is that he's still the king, and he still have the right and the power to take certain decision, even though it will not be palatable to everyone. But for the sake of his own emotional life and for the sake of his son, Prince Tadenikawo, he needs to take certain decision that a lot of people might not like. But he just been a good king. You see why it is not good to start certain things, because when you start it, to finish it will be problem. I'm sure if at this point, if Ooni of Ife really loves Queen Naomi and want to be with her, he might be saying, "Oh, had I known, I wouldn't have married all of these women, because I am sure that if I don't marry them, no matter any kind of problem that I have with my wife, we will still settle it." That is life for you. There is no marriage that is perfect. Every marriage have its ups and downs, you know. But as long as it is just between the wife and the husband, they will still, especially when they love themselves, they will still sort it out. But when other women are involved, it is usually difficult, and that is why you see some of them rush to divorce, you know. So because using Yo Edochie and May Edochie as an instance, had they been the Judy is not involved, by now they would have sought themselves out. But because Judy is there, Judy will tie this one down. He will not be able to make up with his wife again. Anyway, guys, I don't know what to think. Whatever you think about it, please share with us. They said Queen Naomi came to the palace and the king was happy. Every one of them were happy. So guys, like I told you, they are all alleged information. I wasn't there. I do not live in the palace. Always bear that in mind. Thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up and share my video. Bye for now. Love you guys.